Today's episode of The Movie Jungle is brought to you by pens, because you can't write permanently without them, and we all need to have lasting things. That's all I got. It's all around the stationery.
I love it so much.
Meanwhile, back in the jungle.
I'm so proud of you for coming up with something. It's
like
not
I'm
your favorite.
trying.
You hate being put on the spot. I love that. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Movie Jungle. You may be able to see us now. I don't know if I've edited this into a YouTube video that you can watch or not, but we are recording it just in case I do that. Yeah. Do you think that the iPad is in your shot right now? I didn't really look at that.
I don't know.
I don't think it is because it's zoomed in. Let us know in the comments below if you can see the iPad in Betty's shot.
Is it weird that I want to do like the thing from Frozen where she's like, yoo-hoo?
No, that's not weird at all.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Anyways, welcome to another episode of Movie Jungle. Yeah, Movie Jungle Monday is here. And it's a light news day. Right off the top, I'll just remind you to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, help spread the word, and so we can keep doing this because it's super fun. I like it a lot. Today, we've got on the docket episode 3 of our 5-part Harry Potter series. Betty is much more prepared than I. She's wearing a Ravenclaw t-shirt. I'm wearing the same thing I was wearing on my Twitch stream earlier. Twitch.tv/junglebry.
No.
Shameless plug.
Plug.
Plug. Anyways, yeah, so we've got more Harry Potter talk today. Today's episode is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Phoenix.
Ooh, dun dun dun.
Bum, bum, bum. Anyways, so we're going to be talking about that a little bit. And yeah, other than that, let's jump into the very small news topics we have. Do you want to do your news first?
Why don't you go first? Because I feel like mine's bigger.
Okay. Well, I was going to segue mine into just a general discussion about it.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So the only real thing, maybe it's because of the 4th of July weekend or whatever it is, the only thing that I could find I found fascinating was
very
that
light news week.
I know.
Yeah.
Was that Warner Brothers and J.J. Abrams are talking about bringing back Constantine and having Keanu Reeves do that. I guess there was talk of a Zatanna movie, like standalone movie for a long time, and then like having a way to like marriage those two in there. But they are using the Constantine.
That would be so cool. A Zatanna movie?
Yeah, I'm all for that.
I would be super.
You know how much I love her.
Yeah.
And then using the Constantine movie as a kind of a platform to get into the Justice League Dark. And then having all of that on HBO Max so that they can like build this momentum and love and fandom for
build like a DC world on HBO.
Yeah.
So that people go to HBO for their DC Warner Brothers fix.
Yeah.
And then they don't have to have the pressure of trying to start their own streaming service and battle against Disney Plus and HBO and everything else.
Yeah, because they've been kind of on the struggle bus with their stuff. So that way they can use the HBO kind of stuff for like original content and everything else, and then they can a better way of like rivaling.
Yep, you nailed it the second try.
The Disney Plus stream, because that's been like blowing up like crazy. Totally. So this might give them a little bit, and it gives HBO more cadence towards other audiences that they normally wouldn't have.
Yeah. So is Constantine then the one they're gonna like try to kick things off with, or
that I'm not sure about that. I think that might be because Keanu said that he would.
So there
like
just
welcome the role.
Might be another Constantine movie.
Whether it's a redo or if they just like kind of completely redo it and don't go back to the one that had Keanu Reeves in it or whatever. I don't know what their avenue they're going down.
Well, because the TV version of him is pretty well received.
Oh yeah, I think that's probably why.
Everyone seems to really love that performance.
Yeah, and I know that like Keanu's Constantine was like pretty huge too in like a weird circle. Yeah. So like being able to like mirror those, and like everyone loves like if they got a sassy Brit to do it.
Yep.
All the better.
Yeah, that would be great. But yeah, that's really cool. I'm down. That'd be really cool. And then I would not have to pay for another Warner Brothers streaming service. Since we're lucky enough we already have HBO. So anyways.
I mean, I would like it just because there's so many other characters that like aren't... that are involved in Justice League Dark that you don't get.
That's what I was going to say. If they actually spin it into Justice League Dark, that'd be really fun.
Yeah, because I really enjoy like the small movies that I've seen with those characters have been awesome. So
for sure, cool.
So fingers crossed we get another Constantine movie.
Nice. Our next story is Hamilton. Hamilton.
Pretty much what anybody was talking about the last 5 days.
That's the only saving grace of this July 4th was being able to watch Hamilton, because we couldn't hang out with friends and family and do the normal giant barbecues and things like that. Don't really feel like celebrating America right now. I'm excited about where we're hopefully taking this country, but at the moment, not super proud. So anyways, Hamilton was super awesome, and
I'm like still like reeling from
what I
it.
found out, the news story piece of it is, if you don't know, Hamilton released on Disney Plus July 3rd. The news story piece of it is that it nearly doubled their average weekly subscriber bump. So they get X amount of new people that get Disney Plus every week, and Hamilton almost doubled it.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
I'm surprised like they didn't like the site itself didn't crash with everybody trying to like use it.
Well, they got deep pockets. I'm sure they pretty special.
I mean, I'm
servers.
Sure that they've been like hyping this up for so long that hopefully they like prepared.
They were ready, yeah, for sure. But anyway, so that's the brief little news piece of it, and
that
kind of the
Hamilton
end
came out
of the news segment, more or less, is that Hamilton caused a huge spike in Disney Plus subscriptions, which it's well worth it. But we watched it.
Oh, it was,
and
it was everything.
We both have been fans. Thanks to her, I'm a fan of the.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I was a big fan of the soundtrack, and I've listened to the soundtrack a few times. Learned a couple of the songs. Super fun, very cool, very impressive story. Just him creating all this and writing so much. Anyways, but watching it
then took it to a whole new level.
Oh my gosh! And even versus, so we never saw the performance anywhere on Broadway or anything, but being able to see them emote on camera, like because you have like all the perfect zoomed in angles,
like
yes, all the little things you can't get in an album, and that you probably would miss if you saw it on stage.
Yeah,
because you're sitting more than 3 feet away from their faces, so like you can't see all these little details, and it was so freaking good.
I have one question for you.
Yes.
What are your feelings about Jonathan Groff's spitting?
Okay. So if you watched it, you will have noticed that the king was a little spitty. Spitty.
I guess he expectorates.
Apparently, he's known for this.
I guess
it's like it's not news or anything, but
I thought it was just a character thing.
I found it shocking.
It was alarming.
It was gross. I thought he was doing it to play up the character and just make him look like a pompous, sloppy guy or something.
That king is a little. King George was insane,
right?
Because I think he had syphilis or something like that. So he literally was, and when you think of like inbreeding and everything else, he was insane. And so I was like, oh, at first that's fine. Then I realized no.
Yeah,
that is. I mean, Groff is a beautiful singer and amazing actor. All that
of those
stuff.
Songs was incredible.
But I feel really bad for anyone who has to like have a singing like thing up against him.
Yeah,
and I'm sure it's probably something that like
anyone
actors,
that has to have a singing thing up against him.
Well, or just like a singing scene. I'm sorry. Or even just an acting scene, because
just anyone that has to be in front of him while he's spitting on them.
Do you think how common is it that like when people are acting that you just get like spit on constantly
on stage? I bet it's fairly common because they're so like a lot of it is like really trying to be loud and boisterous, and like you don't have incredible fancy microphones all over the place like when you're shooting a movie. So I imagine that it happens a decent amount, but it would be tough. But it did make him look more crazy. If he was portraying someone that was crazy, as you say, then that I think overall the effect kind of worked.
And the fact,
because I thought he was doing it on purpose, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
He also didn't blink, which was
great.
I was like, okay, Silence of the Lambs.
And when he sings the part where he's like da 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 da, like he was just like so
almost
robotic.
like a puppet, like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, very strong the Santa Claus 3 vibes from him. Like the robot version of Santa Claus or the toy version.
Don't bring that up. That's terrifying.
It was a bit scary. Tim Allen. It's a great movie. I don't know if it's a great movie. That's not the right thing to say. The first one's great. I love Tim Allen, though. Anyways, so Hamilton was just incredible. Like, it got me in the feels a little bit, especially
just
towards the end there. I'm not going to spoil things because I'm sure plenty of people have not seen or listened to it yet.
You know, if people are like, even if you're on the fence, watch this.
I saw 2 hours and 40 minutes and thought, ooh, is this going to be okay?
I wanted more.
Absolutely fine. No issues.
There's not even a single bit of like dialogue. Like you listen, it's just literally a giant concert with other stage and production value to it. It was beautiful.
It was so good. Anyways, so yeah, we couldn't not mention Hamilton because it was so wonderful.
You said that there was other things like they're kind of going down this road with other things. There's like Newsies is on there too.
I believe
now,
I don't know how long it's been on there, but I've been told that Newsies is the Broadway production of Newsies is also viewable on Disney Plus. So I would love to watch that
because
I'm not very familiar with the movie.
So the only thing that like this reminds me of is, and I'm glad that they're doing it because a lot of people don't have the ability to see theater and to see it in a different light and to know that not everything is Cats. Yeah. Or Phantom of the Opera or whatever it is. But like, and to have it be done in a production value that isn't like Fathom Events.
Right.
Fathom
Events. Love a good Fathom event.
I just realized
keep your eyes peeled for the next Movie Jungle Fathom event. That's my new goal.
I just realized I said Fathom Events exactly like how they say it.
It's my new goal to get the Movie Jungle on Fathom Events one way or another.
Well, we could. We just have to pay for like that giant ad part of a movie theater.
Yeah, probably.
That's the thing is we got to get back in a movie theater before we do anything else.
Which hopefully this time next week I'm talking to you about being back in a cinema.
Oh, you think that's happening soon?
July 10th was the date that I read.
Did that change now that we have like 200,000
cases
in the country?
Look, I haven't read any updates in the last few days, so I don't know, but I'm just going to let me be excited, okay?
Okay.
Probably won't happen, but
you just stay in your little tortoise shell over there.
I'll just stay excited until it happens, and then I won't be disappointed.
Oh, okay.
As long as you don't let yourself come back down.
Okay.
You gotta stay excited.
Okay. So you just can't. Okay, don't give me your crazy eye. No, do not King George me. It's slightly frightening.
Yeah. Anyways, watch Hamilton. Definitely watch Hamilton. It was incredible.
Yeah, and then leave us a comment on your favorite song.
Yeah.
Because
good call.
There's a lot of them on there, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I want people to talk to this about. It's fine.
I want people to talk to this about too.
Stop it.
Sorry. I can't not notice it.
Every time.
Every time. It's for your own good.
See, if you don't invite me back, then you don't have to deal with me saying weird stuff on the microphone.
We have 2 Harry Potter episodes left that you must be a part of.
No, we have more than that.
We have 2 Harry Potter episodes left that you must be a part of. And
after this one?
Yes.
Okay. I was like doing the math. I was like, that doesn't
7 part 1 and part 2 is going to be one episode, and then we're doing a Fantastic Beasts episode. And we're going to have a special guest for at least one of those.
Okay.
So that'll be super fun, but we don't yet know. You'll need to be here for both for sure.
Okay.
So at least those. I think that people might demand more of you, though, if I were to guess.
I mean, at this point, I'm kind of a regular. Lucky you.
Yeah. Yep. Thanks to the current situation that I'm not allowed to say out loud or I'll get demonetized. Sorry,
I think I already said it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to edit that out.
Probably.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
We'll see.
Sorry.
I think that YouTube might give me the option to just like mute the clip where you say it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe not. I'll edit in a different word of me just saying like
monkeys,
cheese. And you'll be like, oh yeah, because we have 200,000 new cheese cases.
That sounds way better than monkey cases.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I'll definitely have to edit that out. Thanks for reminding me that you said it. But back to the video you're watching now. If you're watching a video at all, there may not be a video at all.
No.
Anyways, so yeah, watch Hamilton. It's very good. There's really no other news. So segue. Harry Potter time. We made it to Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. Let's me and you have a chat about it.
Did you know? Did I ever tell you that this one was the first Harry Potter movie I ever saw in theaters?
You did tell me that, and I found it surprising.
It's like, it warms my heart because like I think that's why I love it so much, is because it was my first like theatrical experience with Harry Potter.
It might be the first one I remember seeing in theaters, but I think I saw them all in theaters. I don't even know. I was a kid when these were coming out.
You mean like the first ones?
Yeah. Like by the time when this one came out, I think I was 20. When this one hit theaters.
I forget that you're younger than me.
A year.
I know, but like
a single year.
But I was like, I remember like going with friends. I was 21.
Yeah.
So I remember like going and eating drinks, and like we all met up, and then we all went to the theater together. It was like a huge group.
To watch a kids movie for 20-year-olds? That's embarrassing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's so beneath.
But anyways, I mean I love all these movies. Even like the worst Harry Potter movie is still great. I love all of them. Period. I love Fantastic Beasts, both of them. I love them all. However, this one was also one of my favorite books.
Oh yeah, this one's got a lot of.
This
the
one
stuff
has
left
the
out.
most stuff missing and different, in my opinion.
This
from
one's
books.
the biggest book, isn't it?
It is the thickest book. Yeah.
It's like.
Oh, she thick. She a thick book. I'm talking about a book.
Don't be inappropriate.
She a thick book. Anyways, so awkwardly, ironically enough, thickest book, shortest movie, second shortest movie. So which is a little weird. The longest movie is the second book, which is the last one's split into two movies. So I guess that doesn't quite add up. Anyway, so I mentioned the book differences, and that's what we're going to start with.
Okay.
There are a number of things that jump out to me in this that make me so mad about. I'm going to get these out of the way because I don't like being super negative. But I do like my Harry Potter, you know?
I know.
And the complete absence of Quidditch is inexcusable.
Is that in 5?
In the book?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very prominent. That's when Ron joins the team for the first time. So some of the stuff that happens in 5, they move to the 6th movie.
Okay.
But
I said, it's been so long since
I don't understand it because it's the same director too, and he's just like, no, I don't have time for Quidditch. Yes, you do. It's the shortest movie of the bunch. You have time for Quidditch, my friend.
You know.
Anyways, so in the book, Ron joins the team, and he struggles, and he earns a nickname, Weasley is our king. Remember that? So the whole Weasley is our king thing happens in the 5th book, where the Slytherins are chanting Weasley is our king because Ron makes some big mistakes that cost them their game or whatever.
That's where that comes from?
Also, Harry gets like suspended or whatever from Quidditch. His broom gets locked up in the cupboard by Umbridge. So there's like a lot of his hatred for her is directly tied to Quidditch in the books. And then Ron's doing his Quidditch thing, and Hermione's a prefect, and she's doing the spew thing.
Isn't Ron a prefect in this one too?
I don't think yet. I think in 6 in the books. I could be wrong, but Hermione's a prefect. Anyways, so I don't even think they mentioned she's a prefect in the movie.
Mm-mm.
But
they don't mention I thought they weren't prefects until
but the Weasley is our king thing is cool because there's a scene in the books where Harry and Hermione go do something else during one of the Quidditch matches where Harry's not allowed to play or whatever.
He's just wallowing.
Well, no, they go to like Hagrid's or do one of their mischievous little adventures. Anyways, they come back and everyone's chanting Weasley as our king, and they're like, oh no. And then they realize it's the Gryffindors chanting Weasley as our king, and they mean it because Ron ended up like making some crazy plays and like saving the game or whatever. Or doing something really good. So he like redeems himself. And it's a really cool moment in the book. And so just getting rid of Quidditch from this movie entirely totally sucks. So
they do transform that then and put it into the 6th movie because they end up having that to where like Ron ends up being a superstar that he doesn't like trust himself basically.
Yeah. But cool. So that's one of the book differences that's pretty prominent to me. Another one is the centaurs. Particularly what's his name that Hagrid meets in the Firezine. Firenze. Yeah, it's Firenze.
You know how I read things.
Yeah.
So
quickly is the answer to that.
I'll have to say it's Crutcher.
You are Machine. That's why I tell her all the time because she just reads and reads
This is the one. This is the book with
Your machine.
with Kretcher in it, right?
Creature.
I know. But
Yeah, I know. You're making fun of yourself. Anyways, so Ferenz is prominent in this one because Hagrid ends up helping Ferenz like escape his pack or herd or whatever, and they banish him because he
helped like Harry at some point, right?
Yeah, something like that. And so he gets banished, and then he eventually. So when Trelawney gets fired from the school, she gets replaced by Ferenz, and Ferenz gets hired to teach her divination courses.
Oh, that's right.
And another thing that I'm like, why not just have like 90 seconds of Ferenz teaching in a divination course?
Because CGI is too expensive.
Not that expensive. It's Harry Potter. This is book 5. You guys have plenty of money. There's no excuse for it.
If they have enough money for guap, then...
Guap?
Gromp?
Grop.
Grop.
Guap. If they have enough money for guap or for other things that are expensive, then why not?
Oh, this is going to be brutal today.
Anyways, so yeah, but I don't know that they spent a whole lot on Grop. I don't think he looked incredible even for the time.
God, I feel like a bad Harry Potter fan. I just
not.
can't pronounce
There's
it.
just there's just a lot of data up there. It's fine. But anyway, so not having Ferenz teach divination in the movie was a little bit of a downer.
Because, yeah, you don't really get to know him that well either. And, like, why they give a damn later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I'll mention is Fred and George. And the movie does kind of a good job of just, like, compacting down their exit from the school. Mm-hmm. Because throughout the book and the movie, they're just, like, constantly testing their products. Their focus is on their joke shop already.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to make their mom happy by going to school, basically. But they get fed up with Umbridge, and they have their big exit. And they got the crazy firework that attacks Umbridge, and it's just, like, epic. It's it's the best moment in the movie, potentially, or one of the best, at least.
Because they're year 6 at this point, and so they don't need any further schooling to, like, continue to do magic.
They're 7th years at this point, I believe.
No, they're only a year ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because at some point, like, this is why when they get to like book 7, they don't have to complete their 7th year unless they do it later. Because once you pass your owls, then you don't need any further schooling.
I'm pretty sure they're 7th years.
I didn't think. I thought
because they're not 2nd years in the first movie,
aren't they?
I don't think so. I could be wrong. Let us know.
I'm pretty sure
yell at us in the comments.
Pretty sure with all the children, they're only about like a year. Like
I don't think that's the case, but it could be.
Who knows?
Anyways, so they show a really good job of them like doing their epic exit, and it's pretty cool with the fireworks and everything, and like it takes down all of her proclamations or what does she call them? The rules. There's like that huge wall of rules.
Yeah, I think it is a proclamation.
Is it?
Yeah.
Anyways, for some reason that doesn't feel right. Anyways, in the book they turn maybe the Great Hall into a swamp.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And they do such a good job that towards the end of the book or some other point that because they do that and then they get fed up with Umbridge and they have a big FU moment where they leave Hogwarts. Mm-hmm. And it's dope. And you get the same vibe from the movie, so I'm not too mad. But it would have been cool to see their swamp that they did, because in the book they also mentioned that it was such impressive magic that Flitwick roped off some of it and kept it.
Oh.
And I just think that the book did a good job of showing like how really intelligent and good of wizards those two are.
They were always very
because they're goofballs, but they're very smart, capable people, and I don't think the book makes them look dumb per se, but it's just like another little thing that would have helped
they were
paint their picture a little better.
Entrepreneurs like nobody's business.
Totally.
They found ways around like pretty much everything.
Yeah.
To make life easier on them.
Yeah.
Because I think they weren't going to get it any other way, so they found a way to make it for themselves.
Totally. But anyways, that's all I got off the top of my head. Some of that was off the top of my head. Some of that I researched right before we recorded. But as far as book differences go that like jump out to me, I'm for sure missing some really cool stuff. So
the main one that you're missing is all the stuff in the Ministry of Magic.
So there's a couple actually that I remember.
Yeah, it's those pivotal rooms that they go into.
So there's a bunch more rooms they go into, like the one that's full of like
brains or something, like weird,
guts,
octopi,
like slimy guts that attack you or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever those were. That would have been crazy to see. And then there was a couple other rooms that we didn't get to see. So that's one good call.
Like it's them, like when they're looking for the spot with Sirius, right? Because they're looking for Sirius in like the orb room, basically.
Right. The prophecy room.
Yeah.
But the other one I just remembered is Hagrid and the Giants. Like they don't quite match that up either. And in the book, you get like a long tale, and like Hagrid tells a very long story of what happened with the Giants. Mm-hmm. And in the movie, he's like, "Oh, I had to parley with the Giants for like a minute."
You're like, "Oh, okay,"
and that's it. And then also the reason that because Hagrid helps Firenze, that's why he's no longer allowed into the forest again to visit Guap. And so that's why the kids have to watch Guap.
Oh.
Yeah. Because, which, another little detail that I think is fine if it's not correct. But
it's not.
Yeah. So anyways, those are some of the book differences. As far as casting goes, Dolores Umbridge is as good of a casted character in any movie I've ever seen in my life.
I can't look at her any other way now. Like
it's
she
insane.
actually gives me a little bit of like trauma.
She could not have acted that role any better.
Like she's more frightening to me than Voldemort will ever be.
What about than your mother?
She is my mother.
Who's more frightening?
Umbridge, because she has more power.
Oh, I'm so sad you had to think about it.
Because my mom had that like the punishment down. Yeah. Not quite to the extent where I was getting like, carving.
I must not tell lies in the back of your hand. Yeah,
exactly.
Rude Dolores.
But I mean, if my mom had magical powers, she might be there.
She would have been.
I mean, maybe not with so much pink in the cats.
Yeah.
But I mean, the outfit and the doilies.
Yeah.
That was right. That's right at my mom's alley.
Your mom wore the same clothes as Dolores Umbridge?
Oh, yeah. I
did not know this.
Like, I mean, it's not pink, but like...
Same style, though.
Oh, anything from like the 40s.
What's a doily, I wonder?
Do you not know what a doily is?
No. No, I don't.
Okay, so back... I guess this is... I didn't realize that.
Should I know what a doily is?
Maybe.
Well, let's find out.
So back in the day, before they had like coasters or whatever it is,
you
had a doily. It was like little things that like decorated your tea table or your side table or whatever it is. They're like
your podcasting table.
Yeah, if you will.
I will.
I can probably make you one. So they were like crocheted lace.
Please don't make me podcasting doilies. They're crocheted coasters? Is that all they are?
No, they're not always coasters, but they were like decorative. So you put it under a vase or you'd put it under...
Got it.
I don't know. They were crocheted lace.
I like the word doily. I think that is good because they're pretty like useless little knickknacks.
But I mean, doily is like the epitome of just like an antique shop to me.
Yeah.
I just smell the must.
Yeah, they just gather must, those doilies.
Yeah. Are you making fun of me again?
Do you know what must means? Millennium of dust.
Really?
No, I just made that up. It's pretty stupid.
What? Sometimes I don't know.
Okay, so that's what a doily is.
Yeah.
Okay. Would people hang doilies on their wall? Because you're not going to hang a coaster on the wall.
No. Maybe if it was pretty enough, you'd probably
frame it. I've seen pot holders
on
walls before. I've seen that. Have you not seen that? Like a nicely decorated pot holder hanging on the wall?
No.
You've never seen any of that? No. Wow. So is my mom just creative, you guys, or have you seen that too? Let us know.
So, because I guess like for me, it was like my grandmother had them, like my mom, because she was stuck in 1945, whatever it is.
We'll get back to Harry Potter in just a sec.
It's fine. But like the whole like doilies have been like so part of my life that the fact that someone else didn't know what they are is like fascinating to me. I'm like, oh, you didn't grow up in an antique mall? That's fantastic.
That's fair. I mean, I didn't use the word stroke yesterday when we were playing putt-putt mini golf because I didn't know if it would confuse you. And so I said hit. And it felt horrible for me to say, this is your fourth hit. I knew you'd get it though.
Well, because of...
But I thought if I said this is your fourth stroke, you may be confused.
Oh, because of your golf background?
Yeah, and your lack of golf background.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But there are certain terms that are just kind of unanimous throughout life.
Yeah, like doily.
No.
Not doily.
Not doily.
Anyway, so Dolores Umbridge was beautifully cast as the doily sporting jerk that she is.
It's crazy to me that the actress's husband in real life played Carson in Downton Abbey, who was like the sweetest man on the planet. And I'm like,
that's not crazy at all to me. She's an actress.
Babe. I know, but it's like, because I can't.
He's not in the movie.
Will you let me finish?
It's such a curveball.
So
personal life.
I know, because I can't because she did such a great job being Umbridge.
She's only Umbridge to you.
I can't unsee that.
So in your mind, Umbridge has a really sweet husband, and that's what's weird.
Yeah, I'm
that's
like,
reasonable. Yeah.
No, nope.
Yeah, it is hard to picture her.
But I know that like she has been in other stuff. But again, I can't.
She did such a good job.
Yeah.
Anyways, any other new casting we want to mention? Guap does not exist. He was completely CGI, and didn't do a particularly great job. Cho Chang. She was great. Was she? No, but was she in the fourth movie? No, no, she wasn't.
I mean, I guess kind of.
Cho was great. I remember the first time. So this is.
She wasn't. She was in the fourth one, but she wasn't prominent until this one.
This will be weird to say, but I think just because of where I've grown up in my life, in Washington State in America, the first time I saw a person that looked Asian in a British movie speak with a Scottish accent, my brain took like 60 seconds to catch up.
Do you not remember the Skittles commercial?
I was like, what's happening right now?
Do you not remember the Skittles?
And then I realized like that's such a silly line of thinking, because people that grow up with people in Scotland will have a Scottish accent regardless of what they look like. Just like people here that have grown up here just sound American. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I guess
like it should not have tripped me up, but it did for a moment. But that's not what I want to focus on. She was great in the role. Mm-hmm. Like she nailed it, and like they got her. She matches the book really well. Like what's cool about her in the book is cool about her in real life.
Did you know that Cho Chang in the book is not actually from Scotland, but the actress is, so they just kept her accent.
They just rolled with it?
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Which, going back to Hamilton, I love that obviously the whole point of it was to just cast whoever in whatever role. Mm-hmm. And I love that, and I hope we see more and more of that. Mm-hmm. Like, literally I remember when Cursed Child got a black actress cast as the original Hermione, people threw a fit. And I immediately was like, who cares? Like, and first of all, it says bushy hair, so she has very bushy hair. But, I was like, it's just irrelevant.
Yeah.
Completely irrelevant. Like anyone can play anyone. And I think that the closer we get to that, the better.
Yeah.
Because then no one will be like, oh, well, he can't be Superman. Superman's white. I'm like, well, he was drawn white originally. Yeah, but
he's also an alien. Can we get past that?
We don't live in the 30s anymore. Yeah. You know? No, but even if that's the point though, even if he was a human, like even if someone wanted to make a movie about whatever figure about some white dude, let anyone play anyone.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways, which I think we're just going to hopefully get more and more of that. Anyways, Cho Chang did a great job. That was really good casting. Who else? Anyone else jump out?
We meet Tonks.
Oh, Tonks. I love Tonks.
And then she's
so good. They made her hair purple in this movie. In the books, it's pink, but they figured Dolores is going to own the color pink in the movie.
So there was also that other wizard when we were watching it that I
had a crush on Tonks, I'll admit. I was 20 years old when I saw her for the first time with her purple hair and her magic abilities. Mm-hmm. She changed her face into a little bit of a duck.
And a pig.
Kidding me? Pretty sweet. But yeah, I like Tonks a lot.
But yeah, there was that other witch that I couldn't figure out who the heck it was. So it must be named in the book, but I have no idea who, because it was
the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's unfortunately she's the person that gets killed in the beginning of the next movie. Oh. So we'll get her name next episode maybe.
Okay.
I can't remember it either, but
because it was Mad Eye, Tonks, Kingsley.
Yeah, Kingsley Shacklebolt. He's great.
Oh yeah,
I like him a lot.
He's got so much sass. I love it.
Yep. I love when Dumbledore's like
the old guy, and there was the woman. But I don't know. I can't remember the names of those two people.
Yeah, that's fine. But I think Phineas Dodge, Delphinius Dodge, something like that, maybe.
Sounds familiar.
But, anyways, I like when Dumbledore is in his office and the minister is trying to arrest him or whatever, and he goes, I thought we might hit this little snag. He's like, I hope you're not laboring under the illusion that I'm going to, what's the term? Come quietly. Then he just was like, poof, and he disappears with Fox.
Yeah.
And then Shacklebolt like, Dumbledore's got style. It's so cool.
My favorite part is like,
you may not like him, Minister, but you must admit, Dumbledore's got style.
Yeah, my favorite part is to actually reenact it. Every single time he does it, I'm like,
yeah, it's so good. But yeah, so as far as casting goes, I think we're good.
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of the same. There wasn't really a lot of new characters introduced.
Yeah. What was your favorite? Let's talk about our favorite magical moments or stuff. I'm going to lead it with the fireworks explosion of the Weasleys.
Okay.
That whole moment with the giant W in the sky and like the big dragon and like how just the chaos that they caused. I love that a lot. Dumbledore and Fox doing their disappearing act was very dope.
Yeah.
Anything else jump out to you that was really cool?
I liked seeing all of the students do their Patroni. Like it was something in like the room of requirement where everyone's just like feeling empowered, and they like, and Harry's doing such a good job of like teaching all of them, and they're all absorbing it, and they're all like, they've got so many of them in there, and also the room of requirement is just like that.
Very cool.
I want one.
Yeah. It shows up in the 4th book as a bathroom, and then
really,
yeah, they don't mention it until the 5th movie.
Oh.
Yeah. But the room of requirement's dope, and I love what they did with that.
Because I think that's like I guess it's a magical item.
Yeah.
That and it comes back and it becomes very important like later on. So the fact that they were able to, don't start.
What?
Don't start yawning, because then I'm gonna start yawning.
I apologize, ma'am. Please continue.
It's contagious. But yeah, the room of requirement is just awesome, and the fact that they were able to use it as a training room.
Yeah.
And they don't bring this up in the movie, but I know because of the books that the only reason they're able to keep it the way it is if a student or somebody stays in there. So it always makes me laugh when I'm watching it, being like, so who's the tribute that just gets to like hang out in there while everybody else leaves?
Yeah, they don't really talk about that, do they? Because you're right. If you all leave, then you can't find it again. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right. Is that how it works? Pretty cool. Oh, you know what's amazing? They're coins.
Oh yeah, they don't bring those up.
I love it's on the movie.
No, they don't use them to communicate.
You're right. In the books,
because
that's how they communicate that's how with those find coins. They enchant the coins.
Because that's how Umbridge finds out, because she sees like a DA
I love the
coin
coins.
Or whatever it is.
Give us coins next time you make Harry Potter 6. 5.
Ooh.
5. I was already going to the next movie in my head.
Yeah, stop jumping ahead.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure they should have
really cool though.
They should have made them for like
overall,
the Harry Potter world.
Let's
or something.
just we'll wrap this one up. We'll talk about our overall feelings about the movie, and then we'll give it a score, and then we can move on to 6.
Can our scale be out of DA coins?
Yeah, Dumbledore's army coins.
Okay.
Yeah, good call.
Okay.
So overall,
is either that or it's gonna be proclamations?
Yeah, give me just like a minute or two on the movie. What are your overall? Where's this one fit for you amongst the group? What do you love? What do you not love? Real quick.
This one I think is probably higher up on the scale for me because I have such fond memories of it being the first one.
Yep.
So, are we still doing 7? Like out of 7?
What do you mean?
Like a scale, like 1
Oh,
through
yeah,
whatever.
out of 7 DA coins? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dumbledore's army coins?
Yeah, this one's probably going to end up being a 6.
It could be coins or doilies. If you want to do doilies, we can do doilies.
Let's do doilies.
Okay. I just thought maybe we should do doilies.
Or like, what is it?
Kitten plates?
Kitten plates.
Okay, out of 7 kitten plates, how many kitten plates do you give this movie?
Giving it 6.
6 kitten plates. Wow.
Yeah, because there hasn't been. I mean, it's probably like 6.5 really, because it has a character in it, like in that I can't like unsee. Like there's Umbridge is so, I don't know.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. You're very impressed with Umbridge. We get it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Stop it.
Just kidding. So for me, this movie is still great. It's got a lot of really cool moments in it. I'm pretty butthurt about the stuff that's missing that I really liked, particularly not having Firenze and mainly not having Quidditch at all.
Yeah.
That sucks in this stupid decision. But overall, I'm gonna give this one 4.5 kitten plates. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta leave room for because Harry Potter 1 gets 7. Mm-hmm. What was our Harry Potter 1 rating? Chocolate frogs, I think. I think Harry Potter 1 got a lot of chocolate frogs from me. So I can't also give this one close to that.
Okay.
You know? But also, I'm pretty mad about the stuff that's missing.
Yeah.
So even though there are some good moments there, it's also a kind of like a in a way, it's just like a frustrating movie to watch because you just watch this horrible thing after horrible thing after horrible thing. And there's cool moments in the end where it pays off and like she gets taken away by the centaurs and everything. That's a really cool moment. But it's, yeah.
Well,
4.5 kitten plates.
So like, but how is it? How do you think of the movie? So you're saying like the movie overall just has like this like dour kind of feel to you? So like even if you take out like the book differences,
right?
So you don't like how
that's not affecting my score too much. It's just it does affect the enjoyment of it because it's just the script. It's the book. Like it's just the way that part of their story goes. It's about this horrible person ruining their favorite thing, which is Hogwarts. And so like, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until people snap, crazy things happen, and then it ends.
I guess I love
righteousness.
I love that whole fight back story of like, we're not going to take it anymore.
No, I love that too, but it's like, that's the last 3% of the film versus the the majority of it's.
I don't know. I think you got to build up to that point of just like, because you need to be able to like.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where we're going with this anymore.
Again, it just shows the differences of like what I like versus what you like.
Sure. Anyway, so that's that. So moving on to the next book,
Half-Blood Prince.
The Half-Blood Prince. Do you know who it is? Do you know who it is?
Spoiler alert. It's Severus Snape.
Nope.
What do you mean, nope?
It's not.
What?
He's not the Half-Blood Prince.
Yes, he is.
No.
Then who is?
I don't know.
Well, if you don't know, then you can't tell me I'm wrong.
Prince Caspian.
Oh, the Caspian Sea?
It's him.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
It's not true. You're right.
Moving on, because...
Oh, wait, no. We're going backwards. I forgot to do fifths.
Ugh.
Sorry. I just got a few fifths real quick.
That's because...
Rearrange your brains. We're going to talk about Half-Blood Prince in a moment. Probably better than we did just then. Because that joke was pretty stupid. But a few fifths for you.
It's because I love the fifths and you don't love the fifths as much as I do.
No, I love the fifths.
So I put the fifths in.
Do not tell me I do not love the fifths.
I put the fifths.
Do not tell me I do not love the fifths.
I put the fifths in like every other category.
You weave them in. Yeah. Sure. Which I will have... No, I didn't really weave any of them in. So, J.K. Rowling apparently provided more than 70 names for the Black family tapestry, complete with details of the relations between one another. So they told her, we want to do a family tree, or it's in the book, but we want to illustrate the family tree. And she's like, okay, cool, I'll just do the whole thing for generations.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm an overachiever.
Helen McCrory was originally cast as Bellatrix Lestrange, but due to pregnancy, Helena Bonham Carter got the part, and she later came back as Narcissa Malfoy.
Oh,
so that's pretty cool. This one is amazing. I'm going to save it for last because it's my favorite. This is cool. Stephen King said that Dolores Umbridge was the greatest make-believe villain to come along since Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, I
so even Stephen King is blown away by her as a villain. And then, another thing left out of the book, the visit to St. Mungo's Hospital, where he learns about Neville's parents and stuff.
Yeah, because that's huge.
And Kenneth Branagh was set to return as Gilderoy Lockhart because he ends up in the hospital.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do like kind of pop in on him.
But the last one is amazing, and it's all about our girl Luna Lovegood. So Ivana Lynch just is Luna. She's like one of the best cast people because she loves it. She lives it. She just is Luna Lovegood. It's just wonderful. And it's like art imitating life, right? Like it's wonderful. Oh my gosh, I wonder if that came through the microphone.
I heard it.
That was so loud. I'll have to check. 45 minutes ish.
Yeah. Sorry, we got some neighbors.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Luna Lovegood was, first of all, she beat out Ivana Lynch beat out like 14,000 other people.
Really?
Made it into like the
many.
final 30. She was like the 9th person to read in the final 30 people, and they just stopped reading once they saw her. He was like, "No, this is her. She is Luna.
Yeah,
we are done here."
Well, because like
which
she
sucks
was
for the
she
21 people,
fan.
21 people that made it into the final 30 out of thousands that never even got to read. But it's because they found the literal perfect person. And as further proof, if you already didn't love her enough, she made her radish earrings herself. Ivana Lynch made those.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That was really cool.
She had a Like, it wasn't, a lot of people think that was like something that JK brought. It was like, had a connection with her, like, while she was in like ill or something like that. I don't think that that was the case. It was just that she had a relationship with the Harry Potter books that like she was able to connect to, and then just
she understood the character very well.
Yeah, she brought
I'm sure that her connection to JK didn't hurt her chances.
No.
But yeah.
But I think it was after the fact though. I don't know.
Anyway, so that's my fifths. So now we can move on to Half-Blood Prince.
You sure?
Yes.
Are we actually ready?
I just said yes.
I don't know. You said you were ready last time.
No, I didn't. You didn't ask me.
Mixed it in there.
Anyways, so we've made it to Half-Blood Prince. And
Finally.
Wow. What's that?
I'm excited for it.
Okay. Because this is the one where you did all the homework?
Yep.
Okay. So it's Betty's turn to present her school project. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Yeah, what do you got for us as far as book differences go?
So from the get-go, they open up with the you see the scene of all of the Death Eaters just kind of like wreaking havoc on London.
Yeah, the smoky, clouded Death Eaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting choice.
So the part that they don't, that is different mainly is that you don't have that connection, because in the book they have the Minister of Magic who goes and talks to the Prime Minister of the UK. So it's like when the minister meets the minister kind of thing. So they don't have that. So which I think was kind of cool that like, oh, even the higher people, like powers, that things have gotten so bad that now like this magical world is now like interacting.
Totally.
Having to, I think that was kind of a powerful moment of like, S has hit the fan at this point.
Yeah.
And that bridge that the Millennium Bridge that they like, rock and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
That wasn't made until, or like erected or whatever it is, or constructed until
well after it would have taken place. So it wouldn't even have existed in the book. Yeah, I've heard
But I do like the visualness of it.
Yeah. Also, quick fuff. I know that you get mad at me when I do fuffs at the wrong time.
No, never.
Just kidding. It's opposite. But that bridge had issues wobbling when they built it in real life. And when they had the Death Eaters fly around it and make it twist and wobble, that was like, because they fixed it. But when it first came out, it would vibrate and like wobble and shake to the point where it wasn't comfortable for people to walk across it.
Oh.
And so they had to fix it. And that twisting of the bridge before it snaps and breaks is like kind of a shout out to the wobbly twistiness.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So.
So the cool thing with this one is that they're unlike the book 5 and movie 5.
Yeah.
There isn't a lot of stuff that was left out of the book that didn't make it into the any major things that were left out.
It's a great movie. I love this movie.
So a major chunk is like the amount of the flashbacks that you get from Voldemort, because you get a lot of like how he tracked down his mom, his father, like his uncle, how he got all this stuff. You get like,
so that's pretty big though.
I mean, it is, but like it's not
big.
It's bigger because of what
you see his hatred for his Muggle father firsthand. I remember that stuff.
So and you don't find out about like
you learn more about that ring.
Yeah, and you learn more about just like those things come into play. I think for their Neverending Camping Trip more than for this particular movie and set of events.
Totally.
It kind of sets us up for like further on, but that was mainly the main one. That and in the book there is no attack on the burrow. Like
that was completely made up for the movie.
Yeah, it's so that they wanted to like, because there's all this talk about like throughout the book of the Death Eaters just attacking the wizarding community, and they wanted it to be like a personal attack on Harry in the movie.
Yeah.
And Harry has no game, so he would not have been flirting with the person in the train station. So,
is that your conclusion you've come to?
Yeah. Did you see the way he tried to flirt?
Also, Harry Potter has no game and would never flirt with a girl in real life. I love that.
Well, like you see the way he interacted with Cho. No game.
Yeah.
The way that he was with like
Are you talking about Harry Potter or Daniel Radcliffe?
Harry Potter.
Okay.
I mean, maybe book Harry Potter might have a little bit more pizzazz, but like movie Harry Potter, I was like, he's got no charm.
I don't know. I think it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly it worked. She was like, I get off at 11, bro. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Me and you, family. We're starting one tonight.
It's only because he was in there all the time with his magical paper that sometimes moved.
Could have been twice or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will lie.
And also, I feel
sometimes people will have a crush on a person and they'll lie about stuff just to talk to them.
Oh, you're gonna go there?
Like having Isaiah Crowell on their fantasy team.
Okay, that was. I wasn't lying. I legitimately thought that he was. I'm sorry, I didn't know the Browns team as well as you do at the time.
Forgivable mistake.
Yet you always bring it up. It seems like you don't actually forgive me for it.
I think it's funny that our relationship is based on a lie. Anyways, you're right about him having no game, and that is funny. Is that it for book differences?
Yeah, I just feel bad for like that girl because like she gets off at 11 and that
I know
Harry just like ditches
really
him.
Bad for her.
Ditches him for an old guy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go hang out with the principal of my school. What?
And like he doesn't go back. Like he just like.
I'm sorry,
bye.
you don't want to go on a date with me? Like walk me home or something?
Or like get coffee in a coffee shop. I don't know.
Talk to a girl.
Yeah.
You want to go hang out with
So pretty much Dumbledore is the worst like C block ever. Like
yeah.
So he's
a big old C block.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Dumbledore is also.
I can't tell if that was a child or a bird.
I don't think that they're gonna hear it, so you're just gonna sound crazy. Anyways, yeah, it's I don't know what else I'm saying about it. You're right, he's got no game. What casting wise, how do we feel about the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher? Pretty good, I think.
Yeah. He wasn't as I don't know what the word is I'm trying to think of.
Why can't I remember his name? Professor Slughorn.
Slughorn.
There you go.
So the in the book he's supposed to be a little bit more like jolly-ish, like a little bit more rotund. He's got like the big like fluffy like mustache and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So obviously the actor they didn't go that route with him, but
right.
I do like that he has the kind of personality that fits really well, and
totally.
he comes across as like the
he nailed it.
Very
his
knowledgeable.
Performance was super good. I would not have minded the mustache though, but his performance was great.
Yeah, like the big like walrusy looking mustache.
Nice walrus stash, but it's fine without
Maybe
it.
that actor can't grow facial hair. I don't know.
Yeah. Who else? Any other major? Real quick, nothing.
No, I can think of.
Okay.
Because it was just Slughorn is really the main thing.
Professor Slughorn.
I guess it's a casting thing, but it's kind of an FF. So you know how I do.
Yeah, weave it on in.
Weave it on in. So the 11-year-old Tom Riddle.
Yep.
The kid, that is Ralph Fiennes' nephew.
Oh, that's cool. Good to have connections.
They wanted to have someone who looked like Voldemort.
Nice.
And so obviously, like there was a connection there, and he has like kind of a dark, ambiance.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Use family.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
that's pretty cool.
It's awesome. It makes me just love Maggie Smith that much more because of this movie. She was undergoing chemo when she was filming this movie.
She's amazing.
Yeah. Like she legit is just a strong, powerful woman. I love her.
Yeah. She legit
a multitude of reasons, but like that one just there.
She gets you fired up.
Oh yeah.
She's like your magical, what's her butt? Oh, no, I can't think of her name.
RBG?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's like your magical RBG.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I do have another casting thing.
Okay.
So, originally, Lavender Brown was not played by Jesse.
Nobody knows who this is. It's fine.
I can't remember.
You don't have to remember this
Jessie.
Obscure actress's name.
Yeah.
No offense, obscure actress Jessie.
But she was played by black actresses before then, so I don't know why they didn't just have one of them do it.
Yeah, that's weird.
So I didn't know that either. I guess.
Does it describe whether she's black or white in the book?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But I kind of I'm like, oh, well, they should.
This goes back to earlier our conversation about people playing anyone, but you don't want to take roles away from minorities, though. That's silly.
And so I don't know if it was just because whoever was it's like Kathleen or Katie. I don't
Kathleen Kennedy. She was gonna be in Harry Potter as Lavender Brown. A little older than Rupert Grint, but is that not it?
No.
Oh.
But 7,000 girls like auditioned for Lavender Brown, and Emma Watson recommended Jessie, and she got the role.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another good to have connections situation. I remember in this one, another movie crush, Romilda Vane. I was with Harry Potter.
Oh, really?
In the scene where she's like, "Hey, that girl is trying to trick you," and he's like, "Sweet," and she's like, "No, it's not sweet. She's only doing it because she thinks you're the chosen one." He's like, "I am the chosen one."
Again, he has no game. He's just working with the fact that he's the chosen one.
Dude, use what you got. And no, but Romilda Vane, I was like, she's pretty. I like her.
You're like,
Yeah.
eat that weird ass chocolate for her. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, if I were Harry, even knowing what happened to Ron, I would have gone back to the room and tried to find another piece and eaten it.
Okay.
And then bland ass movie Ginny wouldn't have bothered me later.
So do you want to get this off your chest now? Just go on your rant, because I know you've already done a little bit of it in previous movies. But
it's this horrible, awkward, terrible acting, and it's hard to watch. Maybe it's the directing more than the acting. I'm not an expert. I don't know enough about how these get made.
Their chemistry is terrible.
There is none, so that's even generous to say. But there is literally none, and maybe they're going for awkward teen stuff. And, yeah. I've never seen that in person in my whole life. That awkward of interaction. Ever.
I think I've been a member of that awkward interaction before.
It's just unreal.
I think I've been Ginny.
Like, she's such a little creep. She's always just like, she just stiffens up and her eyes she just gets all still.
Yeah, I've been Ginny.
Dead straight hair. She's just all creepy and.
Oh my God, Ginny was me in high school.
Were you Ginny? She'll be fine in the future then if she evolves similar to how you did.
When you're talking about like skin straight hair and just being like,
yeah,
that was
just
me.
Like, just like bug-eyed and just like scared. And I'm like, will you please?
Because she's supposed to be like
smile, crack a joke, have some charisma, like.
Because she's supposed to be like this, like almost like one of the most popular girls in school, kind of thing, right?
She's supposed to be so cool. She's all snogging Dean Thomas all over the place. Dean Thomas is very cool. That kid had charisma since the very first movie when he popped out from, what did he say? His first line?
Oh.
He like popped out. He like popped back they're sitting there eating something. At least I think that was his first line.
In the first movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't know, but he always had charisma. Like, so like he's dope. And also I believe the actor was a pretty good soccer player, and I think he played at some decently high level of soccer in real life.
Really?
Yeah.
I just know him from How to Get Away with Murder.
There you go. But yeah, so he's cool. She's not. But like they weren't shown to have chemistry. I wonder if they even tried.
She also, I just realized, she dates somebody else besides Dean Thomas before she starts getting with Harry.
Does she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, because they start dating around Christmas, I think, in the book. But they don't, like, in this one, they're not really ever really together.
But like when she kisses him in the room of requirement, and she's like, "That can stay up here too if you want." What? How would that make you feel any other way than weirded out? Heavily.
I think you're projecting a lot of stuff on her.
Or when she
too.
ties his shoe for him on the stairs.
Okay, that part is weird.
What are you doing?
Oh, before like the burrow gets burned?
Yes. Why are you tying my shoe on the stairs? I don't even need to be wearing this shoe. I'm in the house. I was going to go upstairs and take my shoes off. Now you've made it harder.
Well, she ties him because he's going to need... Somehow he needs to know that his shoes are on and good and tight. So then when they run out the door, like 30 seconds later...
Oh, he doesn't know that's going to happen.
Ginny does. She's magical.
And it's not before the attack. Isn't it like the beginning of the movie?
No. The shoe thing?
The shoe tie?
No.
I remember
it's on the stairs
and my
when
friend,
they're home for Christmas.
Me and my friend Mel, who I haven't seen in forever. I miss Mel. She's wonderful. But we used to get a pretty good kick out of... I sent her just like a picture of the book one time when I was reading it, of the scene where it says like something as Ginny made a noise like an angry cat. And I remember being like, what the hell hell is this? Like, what noise could this possibly be? A noise like an angry cat?
What?
I later realized, I put the pieces together later in life and realized it was some type of like, just like a grumble.
Oh.
But in the moment, I was like, as Jenny went, like, I couldn't think of anything else because that's the first thing I pictured. It made me laugh so much.
That's all I was thinking of. Was just like a cat wail.
Yeah. And so
which I'm not going to try to recreate.
I realized later on in life that it was like a type of noise that they were going for, which makes sense. People do that noise, but my headcanon version of it was crazy for a number of years. It was wonderful.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm gonna end my Ginny rant there. It's
before I need my
frustrating.
inhaler. Yeah. It's probably for the best.
Yeah, it's not fair to Bonnie Wright, but it's art, you know. Feel free to
This
critique.
was the first movie that she really had like a lot of like screen time in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think it was probably just a case of like she got cast young. Does she even want to do this for a living? Who knows? I'm a child. Like this sounded fun at the time, and then when it comes down to it, and some of her people around her are like, "This is their career," and she's like, "I guess I'll finish Harry Potter," you know, because she didn't. I looked at her filmography; she has done hardly anything else.
Well,
but a few things, not nothing, but
yeah.
Anyways, that's the end of my rant. We can get back on schedule here as far as favorite magical bits.
Oh.
What's your favorite magical bits from this movie? Tell me like 3 to 4 of them. Or 1 or 2. Tell me 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 favorite magical bits from this movie. Come on.
I can't take you seriously right now.
Come on. I like when they go to Horace Slughorn's house and they put it back together. He's like, let's clean this place up.
Oh, when they Merlin's bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, Sword in the Stone, that
Yes,
place.
exactly.
Oh,
So
you know
cool.
that all it was missing was a sassy sugar bowl, and I would have been like,
Oh, they should have.
I'd just have a little sassy sugar bowl, and I'd be like,
even if it was just like a sugar bowl that was like tried to go up the stairs instead
or
or
just,
something, and they like brought it backwards or tried to go a different direction, and then they like fixed it. That would have been enough of a little shout out. That would have been really cool.
You know, like the part where he's like stepping on the chandelier thing, and it's like trying to get away and like, do up the thing. Yeah, something like that, where
Like
it's
that.
like it's stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have loved it.
Yep, that would have been great.
Oh,
Missed opportunity.
yep.
I
don't know what this one. The pensive kind of freaks me out, and that's like a huge part of this one.
Mm-hmm. I just thought it was weird too. That's a cool concept, but they're not, their faces are not wet when they get up out of that.
No,
But it looks like
it's weird because they're like brain boogers, like
so
or
strange.
brain slime,
Like really smooth, liquidy looking.
like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
Could you?
no.
I wonder if you could learn a new language that way in the Wizarding World. Can you just like put one of those brain boogers in your head and be
I
like,
don't know.
oh look, I
Well,
can
also,
speak
like,
Spanish
so,
now.
So my question is, if when it leaves the brain, do you no longer have that memory within you, or is it like a copy? It's like, are you Xeroxing
Oh, that's a
that
good
memory
question.
into that tendril that goes
Yeah.
into a vial that you can later
For our
put?
younger audience, a Xerox machine is a copier that used to be used to make a physical copy of a piece of paper.
Great, you made me feel really old because I'm talking about freaking doilies already today, and then Xerox. It's a term.
I don't want people to get left in the dust when they're listening to the podcast. I want them to be able to keep up.
Okay.
And they were glad I asked what doilies are. I promise you.
And then the other thing is that, like, once you pour the memory into the pensieve, is it only like you can only view it a one-time thing?
So many questions.
Does it go
Yeah.
back into?
You're Xeroxing I'm struggling with that myself now. I guess it's just
These are
like
the things that happen in my brain.
it's not. I think it's just like watching a movie or a YouTube video. It's just like that's their YouTube. Like they just stick their head in there and they watch whatever they put in there first. It's
Yeah.
like a really inconvenient version of YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then, like, how do they get it back? Because it's in the water.
They probably just like magic it back into the vial.
So they
I
just like
imagine
do.
that's probably simple.
They just do a little like swirly.
I mean, they can pull the brain booger out of their head and then
Mm-hmm.
put it in a vial. So I bet you can use your wand and pull it out of the pensieve and put it back in the vial.
Do you think they ever like put like 2 memories at once in there and like really had a party and like really
Mix
screwed
them
themselves?
together?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd
Like
be crazy.
a pensieve cocktail.
Yeah, that could be wild.
Anyway, that is not my favorite thing.
It is now for me. I like it more than I used to now that we've dove in on it.
What happens in this one?
A lot.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I just love potions.
Oh, you know what the best thing in the
potions.
movie is?
It's probably like my favorite.
Felix Felicis.
Oh, or as you call
Liquid luck, baby.
What do you call it?
Thanks, Fernsons.
Yeah, that.
Talking about thanks, Fernsons. So Felix Felicis, Liquid luck is the best thing in the movie because it gives us the lucky Harry Potter scene.
Oh my gosh.
Which is so wonderful.
And the sassy Harry Potter's back.
I love sassy Harry Potter.
Yeah, like
he's the best version.
What
of Harry
does he say to Slughorn when he's like comes upon him when he's like
so he goes to leave. He like sees Slughorn and Slughorn's like, "Why are you out of bed, dude?" And he's like, "Oh, I just fancy visiting Hagrid. He's a dear friend of mine. I haven't seen him in a while. Anyway, I'll see you later." And he's like, "Harry," and he goes, "Sir." It's so good. He's like, "What?" I love it.
Like he's just like,
that scene was acted so well. It was just like this kind of like not drunk or anything, but just like this like aloofness that's fun.
It almost was like he was drunk a little bit because he seemed
he's
so
just trusting what's in front of him.
He's like,
my next move will be the right. I
feel like I'm going for a walk.
Yeah. I wish I could live more like that more often. I'm pretty good at doing that, not being too tightly wound, but yeah, I love that so much.
He kind of has that like air about him when like they're when Hagrid and him are like drinking the ale down in Hagrid's party. He's just like over there like doo 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 like
yep.
I don't know. I guess that's magical item that made for a really funny part in the whole thing.
But even the item itself is very cool. That you can just like drink a vial and it'll help you make a few good choices.
Yeah.
Because it didn't last him like it's not overpowered to where people will say OP, but I didn't want to lose you. That's what when people say OP, they mean overpowered.
Really?
Yeah, but
who are these people?
People that play video games mostly.
Oh, okay. Not my people.
No, but it would have been a little OP to have it be like it lasts super long time. But
yeah,
I mean, you could use it in a circumstance that would make it pretty overpowered, like right before you buy a lottery ticket or something. Mm-hmm. But yeah, very cool. I love the Thanks Fernsons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite thing. Like the whole world is wonderful.
Yeah.
So this one was actually the first book I ever read.
Yeah.
So I had the first movie I ever saw in theaters and the first Harry Potter book I ever read.
I think I might. No, so here's what for me. No, so I saw this movie, and this is the movie that convinced me to read the books.
Yep, same. Or this one.
Because
mine was 5.
Yeah, I saw this movie, and then my friends. I remember seeing them. I'm gonna call her out, but I remember seeing Mel crying in the theater when Dumbledore died. Mm-hmm. I was like, "Oh man, didn't you know that was gonna happen though?" And she's like, "Yeah, I don't care. It's still sad or whatever." And I remember being like, "Yeah, really." And they had been telling me like, "You need to how are you this big of a Harry?" Because I was already a massive Harry Potter fan. Yeah. I was having Harry Potter movie nights in my house that were super themed out and crazy. And they were like, "How are you this big of a fan? You haven't read the books?" And then we went and saw 6 together, and then after that, I was like, okay, fine, I'll read the books. And so I read them all before 7 came out.
Yeah, and there was a lot of,
I think I read them in order, though.
Like, my friend group that I went had all, like, more or less had, like, watched all the movies and, like, read a lot of the books before me, too. But, like, after seeing 5, I was like, oh, my God, I have to know what happens next. And so, and then, like, 7 was, like, around the corner. So I went and bought 6 and pre-ordered my 7th copy. And I was like, I am now one of these people.
There you go.
Yep.
Anyway, so for this movie, how many?
Hello.
Oh, you got something else?
No. We have some more FFs.
Oh, you got more FFs?
We have some more FFs.
Oh, well, hit me with
you
some
think
FFs.
You think I only had a couple FFs?
No, there's a FFs.
You know that I'm a good student and I have lots of FFs.
Let's go.
All right, so let's see if I can read my own handwriting. This is the only movie. There is no Defense Against the Dark Arts classes. I don't know if it's an FF. I just think it's an interesting
You're right.
tale.
There's none. Snape's teaching it at this time, and there is none.
Yeah. Also, it's another movie with no Dursleys.
No Dursleys.
So this one, where was it? 4 was the only one that they were actually not even, like, invited back at all. Mm-hmm. Dursleys were filmed for this one, but they just got cut.
Oh, okay.
So there's none there.
Interesting.
So you know how Slughorn has like that weird like graduation cap that he wears?
Yes.
So apparently that goes like back like a long time ago. That's all like for people that were academics and artists and all that kind of stuff, and like their colored of tassels like showed like their experience level. So it's almost like a ninja belt. Yeah. So like the fact that his is black is like the upteenth like level of where he's at with his experience. I just thought it was cool because I was like, what is this weird freaking hat he keeps wearing?
Yeah.
So I found it interesting. Also, you have, it's not primary school because this is like, you know, age 11 to 17 or whatever it is for these people. 17, 18.
Secondary school.
Yeah. There's nothing beyond that for wizards.
Interesting.
There's no universities. So like, while everyone keeps calling all the teachers professor, they don't go get their professorship and then PhD in wizardry from like some other wizard university.
They just get the job and the title comes with it.
No. Yes.
Does the Wizengamot play a role?
No.
Oh.
So
I just want to say that.
I know you're throwing weird terms at me. So I guess in what you said is true, but in order for them to get to the point where they would be even considered for that position, they almost have to they have to go out and search for another wizard of that excels in their field. So it's almost like a apprenticeship that they would have done in like in the Middle Ages.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
So the Aurors, like Harry wants to be an Auror.
Yeah.
He would go shadow an Auror for a year or whatever, and then
So like, or I mean, you can get like the Auror job because that's a Minister of Magic job, but in order to be
we were about professors.
Yeah, so in order for you to become like the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher or like potions teacher or whatever it is.
Well, Defense Against the Dark Arts, anyone can get that job at Hogwarts.
Apparently.
But typically for other classes.
Yeah, like charms and
right. You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah, you have to like show competence over many years that you have mastered multiple facets of that.
But Defense Against the Dark Arts, no competency required.
No, I mean you could be like Gilderoy Lockhart and just have a lot of books with your face on it. And another one is when Slughorn shows a picture to Harry that shows the lily.
Yeah.
I don't know why I felt this was like weird or whatever it is, but like if you look at her, the lily has a little bit of a bump and she's pregnant with Harry in that picture.
That's pretty cool.
And the final one, which I found this very interesting. Sorry.
I'm okay.
The 3 broomsticks that they go into in this one is modeled after what they had created for the Wizarding World in Universal Studios and not the other way around.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why it looks so similar to the one that we were in.
That's actually crazy. That was my favorite Fuff you had.
So
that's wild.
Because it was like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter was already like designed by the time that they filmed this.
They weren't building it physically yet, but they already knew they were doing it.
So it was modeled after that one, and so that's why it looks like identical.
That's very cool.
And so then the set team loved it so much they basically just took the designs and put it in the movie.
Love it. That's very cool. Nice Fuff.
Yep. So what are we using for the Fuffs?
I got 2 options.
The score for this one.
We could either use 3 options. We could use bottles of Funksfernsent.
Oh, I was gonna say butterbeer, but
I was gonna say butterbeer was my second choice, or my third choice was free tickets to the Holyhead Harpies, because Slughorn can get those whenever he wants. Because what's her name, Gwendolyn something? Can't remember her last name.
No.
But free tickets to the Holyhead Harpies would be a good one.
I was gonna suggest butterbeer because when Hermione does it, she orders 3 butterbeers and she goes, "Put a little ginger in mine."
She says that. In the books.
I think it's funny because I'm like, she gets Ron. She likes her gingers.
Oh, I see where you went with it. I did not go there with you. Put a little ginger in mine.
Yeah.
Okay. I see you.
Especially because that's the part where she's
All
like
right,
being really awkward
We'll go
with
with butterbeers.
She's being really awkward with Ron.
Yeah.
So,
I love it.
Know.
Does she say that in the movie or is that just in the book?
I think it's in the movie.
Did you make this up?
I did not make this up.
I'm going to just agree with whatever you think is true.
I'm going to be completely candid with all this stuff. All of my weird fiffs and all the information I get is from IMDb. So if it's wrong, it's because it's wrong in IMDb.
I'm not talking about your fuffs. I'm talking about the ginger thing.
That's where I got it.
That was a fuff?
Yeah.
You disguised a fuff?
Yeah. Wasn't going to bring it up because that's not really much of a fiff.
Oh my goodness. You can't disguise a fuff.
It's not a fiff if it happened in the movie. And it's not really a fun fact. It's like literally what she said, but I was like, I like to put a little play on it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so how many butter beers are you giving this one? Out of 7 butter beers, which is enough to get you maybe tipsy. I think butterbeer is like very lightly alcoholic in the books.
Yeah, because Hermione, after she like chugs hers, is like hammered.
Yeah, but does she just have one though?
I don't know how long they were there.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I might have to revise 5. This one's hard because I don't know which one I like more.
I remember reading something that said they were like alcoholic, but you'd have to drink tons of them to get drunk.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I like this movie better than I liked 5. For
me, it for sure did.
So I might have to like put down the it might be like a 6.2, 6.25 on movie 5.
A quarter of a butterbeer?
No, I'm saying 5. I'm downgrading 5.
To what?
Because I had 6.5, and I was like, no, we're gonna
You gave 5 a 6.5. Where was I?
You were right there. I told you it has a soft spot in my heart because it's the first one I saw in theaters.
Okay.
And so I said I may have to downgrade that one a little bit
to a 6
or 6.25. You can have a quarter of a coin.
A quarter of a butterbeer? A quarter of a coin? Now
Yeah.
you're splitting a metal coin into little pieces?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is strange magic.
So then I think 6 might be a 6.5.
Okay.
Because I love the Quidditch. I love the Harry sass. I love the history of and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I love this one. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go 6.5 butterbeers.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this one was really, really good.
Also, who doesn't love 6.5 butterbeers?
I didn't write any of this down, so I don't know. Like, I might at the end of this be like, here's my definitive ranking of favorite Harry Potter movies, and it probably won't match the ratings I've given during these episodes because, like,
Well, it's easier for me to remember like what I liked and what I didn't like as we go through this, and be like, oh, I love this part, or this part was terrible, or whatever.
I'm pretty confident that 1, 4, and 6 round out my top 3. Mm-hmm. Probably in that order.
Yeah.
So I know that much. Anyways, dope.
Yeah. So nice.
we got to come back for. I think next week I'll probably bring Mike T back on board. We'll talk about something non-Harry Potter related.
Okay.
I just want to keep alternating the Harry Potter stuff in and out
to make it a little more special.
Yeah, well, make it more special, and for the people that aren't into Harry Potter, give them something to get excited about. But or as my good friend Sully calls it, cats and owls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get why he calls it that.
Yeah. Anyways, so next episode, don't know what we're going to talk about yet. Tune in, check it out. Maybe I'll post something about it. I'd like to get more interaction from people on like
what do you guys want us to talk about?
Their thoughts on what to talk about, or maybe I'll post some specific questions or some stuff like that. So keep an eye on the Twitter and the Instagram for that. In the meantime, let me look up and see. I should have done this before the show, but let's see if we've got any new reviews on here.
Oh, okay. Well, while you find your reviews,
yes.
Where did I write these down? Because I didn't want to screw them up.
What did you write down?
I have some awesome, I guess they're dad jokes that I find hilarious that I was like, I can entertain you with these.
Are they Harry Potter related dad jokes?
No, I should have though.
Okay. They don't have to
but
be.
I didn't have time.
Don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay.
But if I can get through these without laughing, because I'm terrible with punchlines, I'll do my best. So, I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why.
So stupid.
I'm gonna give a shout out to the Happy Ever Crafter for that one because it's probably one of my favorites.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Which bear is the most condescending?
Which one?
A panda.
So stupid.
I need to tell Macy that one.
Oh, this is what I get for not having this last segment prepared. Now you guys are getting dad jokes.
Yep. Oh, there was another one. I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry. It was something to do with
Why'd the cookie go to the hospital?
Because it crumbled?
Because I was feeling crummy.
Oh.
Because it crumbled. Correct. That's the punchline to the joke.
Yep. There was another one that had something to do with Wonderwall, but now I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. Oh, I remembered a bit of news. It's not super recent, but I was going to talk about it and totally forgot to.
What?
They might be doing a Margot Robbie-led Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
I thought we talked about this last time.
I don't think we did.
Or maybe was it just you and me that talked about it?
Well, because we haven't done this for 2 weeks.
Oh.
And this was before. So, but I don't think that me and Mike talked about it in our last episode.
So it must have just been you and I in our living room.
Yeah, I definitely talked about it with you just in the living room. But yeah, so Margot Robbie is potentially going to lead a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, which makes me so excited.
So is she going to lead it like Jack Sparrow led it?
I believe so.
Ooh. I like it.
I love her so much, and I love that franchise so much.
I mean, if she's going to go down like crazy pirate thing, I mean, she's already shown with Harley Quinn that she can really do anything.
Yeah. Definitely.
Do I need to try to figure out another joke?
No, I'm good. So
okay.
I wanted to read a couple of comments from the last Harry Potter episode.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, what's up, Nick? He left a good comment on here that said, Giraffican is legit. Hashtag Brian's anime guy. No idea if I did that right.
Please.
Giraffican.
When are you just going to make a Giraffican logo? Because we need it.
Maybe I can do it on one of my streams.
Ooh, do it.
That's a good idea.
Because that needs to go up.
Yeah, for sure.
That still makes me giggle.
Yeah, but then he mentioned something. Let me get it here that I totally forgot. So he says that this is Nick again. He said, by the way, fourth movie was his least favorite. One of my favorite books, but leaving out the Quidditch Cup stuff, Rita Skeeter, house elf stuff, and the biggest fail was the last task. That's right. So
the Sphinx.
The maze was so dope, but they left out the Sphinx, and I agree with him 100%. That would have been so cool.
Because there's a riddle that they have to pass, right?
And again, not a lot of like time-wise. You could have had a 30-second Sphinx scene.
Yeah.
And it would have been like, oh, cool, there's the Sphinx, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then we could see a Sphinx. When's the last time you saw a Sphinx?
I can't recall.
Exactly. What? Why are you laughing at me?
Because you were going to say it with a different kind of
I didn't know. I didn't know what I was going to do.
Oh,
but I said egg.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this is not going to work. Anyways, so I wanted to mention that. I remember Nick wrote that comment, and I was like, I need to bring this up during the next episode.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the love, Nick, and for the corrections corner that you're giving us.
Yeah, for sure. So anyways, yeah, reach out, you guys, on Twitter, Instagram, leave us reviews, send an email to moviejunglepod@gmail.com. And I'd love to end the show with more feedback from you guys. So give me material so we don't have to listen to more of Betty's dad jokes.
Hey, I mean, I'll fill them if I have to, but
anyways, I believe that's it. Do you got anything else for the people?
No, just, I guess till next time.
Cool.
But that's it.
Yeah. Should do a sign off now, huh?
Yeah. Well, you did have one.
I did have one. I like Sully's sign off. He says Nerds Unite. It's so good.
Well, that's his thing. How about, didn't he say like, be careful, there's a jungle out there?
I said, yeah. So I did that on the live show that disappeared forever and ever. It's an Instagram live episode that I lost.
Wah, wah, wah.
Womp womp. It didn't work very well. But we tried. But anyways, on that one I said, life's a jungle out there. Go see a movie.
Okay. Well,
or it's a jungle. I think it said it's a jungle out there.
Go see
Someone
a movie.
write me a line, please. I don't know how to end this podcast, so I'm just going to end it now.